let's move on to transfers, and let's move on to the elephant in the room after the spat on Milan with Milan members of Milan Twitter yesterday. So MALICK THIAW, a name near and dear to your heart as a Schalke player coming up, is now a Milan player. Yeah. And they got him for $5 million. I look at it on the surface and I say depth signing. Yes. Having him means we don't have to play Gabbia. We probably don't have to play Gabbia, I should say.
Shouldn't. Maybe this week, but after
that. Twitter argument notwithstanding, MALICK THIAW, you know him. I'm going to get out of the way. The floor is yours.
All right. Yeah,
first Did you just look over your shoulder as if somebody from Milan Twitter is like behind
Steve,
you?
Steve Polillo, I'm still looking for his assassin, so I got to watch out. It's on rotation here, right? Presidente, you know what I'm talking about. But ciao, right? So Rohit did a fantastic analysis of him. His last season in the Bundesliga before this season. This is when he was just 19 years old, and it's a definitely go read it. Good analysis. It doesn't take into account what he did last season, this Fight the Liga, where so step back. 2019, he Schalke's struggling. He is forced to play because there's really no options at Schalke, and he was actually one of the best players on the team of that relegation team. Him and Timo Becker played actually pretty well, and the rest of the team really stunk it up. That's when I'm not going to go into too much about Schalke, but they go into this Fight the Liga. He gets a lot more start time. Salif Sane is struggling, so MALICK THIAW gets a lot more game time, and he's a good player. I think, first off, I think there's conflicts between the salary, or not the salary, but the amount sold. Italian media is reporting 5 million euros. German media is reporting 10 million plus $2 million bonus. So we'll see what the final outcome is. A lot of the German sources are saying 10 plus 2. Either way, it's a depth signing. This is what drives me crazy about Milan Twitter is they think they need to replace everybody, be like PSG and buy all the best players. MALICK THIAW is never going to supplant Kalulu or Tomori.
No.
They're one of the top 3 center backs in the league. Why would you want to replace them? MALICK THIAW is going to be a perfect partner for Simon Kjaer. Simon Kjaer is still a strong third option for Milan. It's going to be hard to supplant him. His age is the only thing that's going to take him down, right? And MALICK THIAW blossomed under Yoshida and also other veterans next to him because he is a little bit more adventurous. Last year he learned to be more adventurous, so he's a center back but likes to push it up, likes to get up into play and takes his opportunities. He can play right back, he can play left back. He's very versatile. He's gotten a lot better with his passing ability with his feet. He's very tall, reads the game very well, likes to make good tackles because he can as Rohit even put it in his analysis that he can read the play very well and can get the ball away from the attacker. He's still very raw though. He's been only playing professionally and as a starter for 2 seasons now, 2 and 3 games now, 2 and 4 games. So he has a lot to learn. Who better to learn than Simon Kjaer, right? And watching Kalulu and Tomori. So this was always a depth signing for me. Never going to be higher than a third on the depth chart for now. There's potential with him. He has the height ability. He can get the balls of set pieces. He's fantastic with those. Scored a lot of goals last season like that. And so, did it look terrible against Union Berlin? Yeah, he had 2 bad giveaways. The whole team sucked. But you can't base a player off one performance or what a team does, right? Otherwise, we would have never signed Adli from Bordeaux because they got relegated, right? But I think MALICK THIAW brings a lot, and you just have to understand he's very raw. He's better than Gabbia, and he will be a good backup option to play with Simon Kjaer, who he'll learn a lot from. Milan and any team that has their aspirations at Serie A, either Champions League or Europa League and Coppa Italia, you need to have multiple, depth around your whole team. And now I think Milan are set, at center back. Yeah, I know people want to say we need another big center back. No, we don't. Kalulu's fine. Personally, I want to see Kalulu on the right back position, but that's another story. But MALICK THIAW, I think, is a nice diamond in the rough that's ready to be shined up and just needs someone like Simon Kjaer and watching Tomori and Kalulu play. It's a very similar story to Kalulu. Very similar story. I think it's a good signing.
Good. Yeah, and I'm with you. It's a pure depth thing. It's not something he's going to have to get thrown into a big game right away. He can learn. He can play alongside Kiar. He and Kiar can partner together in a game, and he can cover the ground that Kiar might not be able to. So we'll see.
This comment here by Sanjar, which a lot of people say that Malik Thiaw is slow, and it's like he's not. He's just tall, and he looks. There's someone else that I forget who it was, another defender. The taller defenders, they seem slow, but they're really not. They just deceiving pace. He can keep up with the guys. I mean, even the video Rohit put in today, he kept up with Halan. Halan's a pretty good pacey guy. So he's got decent speed, good height. Just needs to work on some of the finer details. And I think, having a Simon Kiar as your mentor is going to add so much experience to him. And he's going to become, it's something for the long run. It's a long play for Milan. That's what they're looking for. They're building for the future. And I think they're fine. Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't. Excellent breakdown. Hopefully that puts everybody at ease. It's okay to take players from teams that are relegated. They weren't the problem. They probably weren't the problem. It's perfectly fine. I mean, as we said earlier,
one last thing about this whole rant thing.
Go ahead.
Milan Twitter. Do yourself the favor. If you don't know anything about a player or a team or anything like that, do your homework and make your own assessment, right? That's what I recommend. I've seen it his whole career, but you take what I say with a grain of salt. Watch the player, do your own research, and you can learn a lot about a player. Never make these judgments just because what you see a score line or a team that's dropped to a second division. Don't use those. That's lazy. What I mean?
Yep. And what's the other thing that I said? I said he had to play next to a crap on a cracker defender, Maya Yoshida. So, so it's you're gonna probably have some games where you're gonna look bad because you're part of the collective that includes a player like that. So it's just it's just what it is. I think he's gonna have a chance to do really well. I don't want to hear a center back's name in a game unless they score on a set piece, or unless they make a key tackle. Okay. Other than that, if I don't hear a center back's name, then that center back played well.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I evaluate it. If I hear a center back's name, right? What's that?
The CDM as well, right? If you don't hear their name, that means they're shutting down the opposition, and that's it.
Exactly. So,